better? I'm going to need my hands. I talk with my hands. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Is that good? Is that good?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a natural, I'm a certified natural therapies coach. That's what I do. I do allergy elimination and emotional release work. I use a technique called, can you hear me? Am I going in and out? I use a technique called Nambudripod's allergy elimination technique and neuro-emotional technique in my work. Both of these therapies are very effective, but they are entirely outside the box of normal Western medicine. Both of these techniques use some tools that I'm going to teach you today. So take away your box, think way outside the box, because what I do is not like anything you've probably seen before. Some of you may have. There's some chiropractors who use these techniques. But I would like to talk to you about something called muscle testing, applied kinesiology. When you use these techniques, it looks a little bit like magic, but it's really not. It's a way to get your body and your brain actively engaged in correcting a problem. If I could teach you one thing today, it would be to learn to listen to your body. Learn to listen to your body's symptoms. Every symptom that you have, that your body gives you, is a way to try to get your attention. It's a signal. It's a warning that something is not quite right. Let's say you're driving your car down the road and the check engine light comes on, or the check oil light comes on. Let's see, you're supposed to be. So what would happen? The normal good response to that is you stop your car, you check the oil, you see if you need some more oil. Maybe you add some oil. What would happen if you ignore it? Or say, actually disconnect the wire that goes to the check engine light? What would happen? You'll probably end up with a breakdown of your car because you totally ignored the symptoms. Well, guess what? Our bodies are exactly like that. We're made in such a way, God's designed our bodies in such a beautiful way, that when something goes wrong, something's out of balance, our body gives us a signal. It sends up a pain or an ache or an itch. Probably these symptoms will be on an energetic level first, but if we don't pick up on those, we will soon develop a physical symptom as well. That's because when we ignore the little symptoms, our body wants to get our attention. And so it gives us a bigger signal. That's just our check engine light flashing. Pay attention. There's something wrong. You need to pay attention. In allopathic medicine or Western medicine, the doctors tend to treat symptoms. I'm not against medicine at all. Definitely there's a place that we need it. But part of the way the drugs work is they mask our symptoms. We don't want that pain, so we take a drug and the pain goes away. So we're masking the symptom. It can be like disconnecting the wire to the check engine light. That's why we love our oils, right? We don't want to disconnect those wires. We want to pay attention to our symptoms and do something natural to get rid of whatever the real problem is. Find the source, find the root of it. So, what do we do? This is where muscle testing can come in handy. It can be an amazing tool. It's a non-traditional bioenergetic tool for gaining insights into your health problems and interpreting what your symptoms are actually trying to tell you. There are many fields of alternative medicine which use muscle testing, and it can take years of study and practice to actually become very proficient at it and understanding what your body's symptoms are really trying to tell you. But what I would like to do today is give you some tools to introduce you to this. Hopefully something you can take away and start practicing and learning to use on your own body, your own family, your own friends. And maybe you'll gain enough interest that you'll actually pursue studying it further. The history of muscle testing. In 1964, Dr. George Goodhart discovered a way to bypass the conscious filter of the mind and communicate directly with the subconscious. His work has been expanded over the years by many, including Dr. Alan Beardall. I have personally found muscle testing to be the most effective tool I've ever used. Muscle testing is a simple technique for communicating directly with the subconscious mind, which is always in perfect alignment with the body. It is this subconscious mind that's responsible to run our bodies all the time and knows exactly what's going on. Muscle testing is simply a matter of finding a strong indicator muscle and testing against that with a substance. I have some substances to show you. So basically, as the little chart says, you can use any muscle, but I like to use a muscle that's easy to test, a strong indicator muscle. When you apply a reasonable amount of pressure on the arm, this muscle group will lock. So you can press, and I'm going to have somebody come up and help me demonstrate in a minute. You can press and it will lock. Now if you enter something into your energy field, which throws you off balance, I'm looking for something that might possibly throw me off balance, but it doesn't.
Coffee?
Coffee.
Well, it's kind of cold.
So if I'll just use this for a second.
Yeah.
If I entered something into my energy field which threw me off, that strong muscle would weaken. It's because when a substance is entered into your energy field that disturbs your energy flow, the motor nerve impulses are affected, resulting in decreased muscle strength. Other things can affect that energy flow. Our thoughts can affect it. That's why when you're doing a muscle test, it's really important that you just kind of blank your mind so that you're not concentrating strongly on the result you want, but try to be neutral. I really want to know, is the substance harmful to me? Is it good for me? I'll be strong. Or is it neutral? Would somebody come up and volunteer to help me? Need a guinea pig.
She's a good one. Yeah. That'll work.
Okay. I'm Vicki.
I like that.
Nice to see you, Kathy. I want to be sure to keep the mic, but I want, let's just,
On this side?
right here.
Okay.
This should be fine. Can y'all hear me? So what I'm going to do with Kathy is teach her how to muscle test. Just relax. I'm going to put gentle but firm pressure on her arm. And I want you to lock it right there. Don't let me push it down. That's a strong muscle. Actually, I'm going to push it in, okay? You ready? that's as hard as I can push. So if it changes, it's you, it's not me. It's not that I'm pushing harder, if it changes. So the first thing I want to do is check her polarity. See if her energy fields are flowing properly. And that tells me that she's testable. So I'm going to touch right here between her eyebrows. And test. And it's weak, she can't hold it up. And I'm hardly pushing. So let's do that one more time, okay? Strong muscle. We're looking for strong or weak, yes or no. Okay, if it starts to go down, just let it go because it's really, we're looking to know, yes or no, strong or weak. Now, let's just see, do you drink coffee?
All the time.
All the time? Let's see if this is good for her or not. Not so much.
It's a terrible deal.
So, we can use that basic muscle test for a lot of different things. Be sure when you're testing that you're clear on your intent, okay? In your oils, how can this help me with my oils? Let's say Kathy has 3 oils and she doesn't know if any of these will be good for her today. Which should I pick? You know, I've got 3 different oils, Hope, and Endoflex, and Aroma Ease. So, let's set our intent that a strong muscle is going to tell her that this is the best oil for me today. Okay? A spongy muscle will be, it's okay, but not best.
Yeah.
A weak muscle will be
Don't.
not so good today. Okay, so let's just try these.
Okay.
Just a little experiment. Okay. And I'm going to test her same way we did before. You don't have to smell it, you just hold it in your energy field. Your body knows what it is by its vibrations. So this is not going to be her best one. It's not her best one.
We just don't want any of them.
Let's just see. That's really strong. So her body picks Endoflex. Okay, so let me show you how we might use this technique, this muscle test. It's a broad, it's like just a yes-no question you're asking your body. So let's say you have, I have a question. Do I need nutrition today? First of all, I've got some thyroid in here, would take this and put it in her hand. And first I'm going to ask, is she allergic to anything in this? And it'll be weak. If she's allergic, it'll go weak. Strong muscle. Are you allergic to anything in this? Something in there doesn't agree with her. She doesn't want to take this today. And I've got some K and B. She's strong with this one. Nothing in that's bothering her. Now I'm going to ask, we're going to ask the question. Just ask the body questions. Do you need this today? Yes will be yes will be a strong muscle. We're looking for the strong. It's good for me.
Wow. What is that?
Kidney bladder.
I can just see my order going up.
Somebody call me up and say, is it time for me? Okay, I can't see without my glasses.
What was the oil?
The one that she picked, Endoflex. Let's see, if there are other things I can show you. Okay. These 2 points right here on your head, the frontal prominence, is connected to emotions. Energetically, it's connected. It's like your portal into the emotions. So I'm going to just see
I'm not amused.
We're going to see if there's any emotional blockage that's disturbing her energy today. And I'm going to touch right here. And this, there is.
Amazing.
So, okay, now we're going to really show off here. I'm going to pick Endoflex, which is spur of the moment
Yeah.
here. So we know when we touch the emotional points that she goes weak. And I'm wondering if Endoflex will make a difference there. And we're going to put this here and we'll test it again. And it's strong. So Endoflex will be, be helpful to those emotions today. You want to smell it?
Oh, yes, let's think about it. Wonderful. I think I'll start carrying that.
Okay, so there's a couple more things. If she has hurt her arm and I can't test her, or if it's a child or your dog, you can still test this person, but you would need a third person. Dee, you want to come help me? I see you're nodding your head back here.
Well, we've done Westwood before.
Okay, so I want to test Catherine, and I can't test her, so I'm going to use Dee as a surrogate. And the way this was explained to me, we're using the body's electricity. So back in the day, when they used to have electric fences, and the school kids would walk home from school,
Oh,
they would all, the person, they would hold hands, and the person who reaches over and touches the fence doesn't get shocked. The person on the end is the one who gets the shock. So, Dee is going to be my extension cord, and you put your hand on Kathy, and I'm going to test Kathy. Here it is.
I'm pretty weak.
But I'm with you.
So, okay, so that's how you test a child, an infant, an old person. You can test. You just practice, okay? Be clear on your intent, and it works that way. Thank you very much, both of us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
One other thing before I let you break up and practice, I want you to really walk away from this today with something you can take home. So I want you to pair up and practice. But one other thing I want to show you. If okay, a couple things. You can learn to self-test, and that's in the back of the other book that I'll show you in a minute, where you can use your own hands and learn to find a strong muscle and test it, and you practice and practice and practice, and you get really good at listening to your body that way. But if you don't do muscle testing and you haven't figured it out yet, but you still want to test yourself on something like, do I need this product or not? You can do the fall forward, fall back thing. And what that is, and let's step away from the mic for a second, but what it is you hold a product in your hand within your energy field and stand erect, loosen your knees a little bit where you're just relaxed, and then you're going to just wait to see which way you start to fall. If you fall forward, it's putting you in right spin, and we're in right spin, and that product is good for you. If you fall back, it's throwing you off, and so it's not good for you at this time. If you're neutral and you don't go forward or back, it's probably neutral to you too. Maybe it's not the right dose, maybe it's not the right time. So, that's it. So I'll stand at Whole Foods and pick up a product off the shelf and pretend I'm looking at the label, really seeing if I'm going to fall forward or back.